Then I left before I messed them up because I want to mess them up on Sunday in front of the world. I don't want to beat his arse at WWE World. Just WrestleMania, biggest stage of them all. Timu Taker's going down.
Smart man, smart man. So Drew, obviously not your first WrestleMania.
God no.
Anything particular?
26. That was my first Mania.
Was it?
26.
Wow.
Oh, I was so young and hairless, slender, intercontinental champion of this world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now look at you.
Yeah, screwed left and right.
Is there anything particular you're looking forward to about this WrestleMania or this WrestleMania week even?
Well, I enjoy this. Get to hang out and meet everybody.
Yep.
That's why I keep filling in for things. There's people back there, they're like, no, I'm not going to do it. I have things to do. I'm like, hey, I want to meet the fans. Drew McIntyre's all about pleasuring the fans.
What?
You phrased that interestingly.
No, you heard what he said.
Pleasuring the fans, huh?
Yeah.
That's your filthy mind. Biggie is a filthy, filthy mind. Control yourself.
Sorry.
There you go. But obviously, as you can see from all the people here, they're excited you're here. They're excited to meet you. They're excited to give you more bracelets. They're excited to see you to wrestle. Are you Saturday or are you Sunday?
I am Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah. I'll be watching the first night with CM Punk main events Saturday night, which is kind of like the second night in the last match, the main event, but it's not really. I did that. He didn't.
Okay. All right.
I only tell the truth.
Always.
Everyone see my PSA? We all wear deodorant. Thank you for listening.
We were talking about earlier. You got some. They saw.
Yeah, people brought me deodorant earlier. It's great.
There you go. E, have you been keeping an eye on this chat? What have you seen, my friend?
We did have a question.
Timu Taker, yes.
That's very popular here.
Also, Timu Razor Ramon. He doesn't know who the hell he is, Priest. Unless he's feasting off my scraps, or he's in his former group, Rhea and Friends. He doesn't know who the hell he is.
Okay, here we go. One of the
we
questions we have here in the chat is someone wants to know if there are any female superstars on the roster that you would like to team with.
Ooh, you're gonna team with Nia Jax is a good one.
I hear Nia Jax.
Yeah. Who's in a row right now?
Zelina. Rhea Ripley.
Rhea's a good one. Yep. Scottish and Australian. We're both fighting every week. Just trying, especially on Netflix, not to swear because we thought we could, and we were told we couldn't. And being Australian and Scottish, we're very sad. That'd be a good team. The battle of not swearing on live TV.
There you go.
See how well I'm doing so far? I've not swore once.
You've been good. Yeah, you've been good.
Yeah, it's hard.
You've been good.
I punctuate sentences with swears.
That's true. Anybody can get fired up. It just happens. It slips out. We can go live with that also as well as you whenever you would like.
My name, listen.
Yeah, you can sign whatever you want. I'm not charging. I'm not charging. You do whatever you like.
Chat also wants to know: is there a particular brand of deodorant that you suggest? What's best for Mania weekend? Do you have any?
For Mania weekend?
Yeah.
Any on planet Earth. Maybe like some of these all natural ones just apparently don't work. People are like, oh, I use all naturals. You freaking stink, man. Figure something else out. Everyone smells great though. They came to see me. My fans smell great.
Yeah.
Well, that man there is holding up his deodorant.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Legend, as I said earlier. If anybody needs assistance, this man has deodorant. Yeah. I mean, more people thank me for that PSA on the roster than anything else, you know.
I believe it. I believe it.
Do you have any questions?
What else you're seeing?
Here for Drew. Yes. Where's the sword?
The sword. I have 3 on my wall at home. Don't tell anybody in WWE because they're mine and you're not getting them back.
Tough to travel with.
They probably sell for a lot here. When I sell them one day, they're worth a fortune.
There you go. There you go.
You in that I Love Damien shirt. Do you have any questions for Drew?
Wow. E putting it right out there.
I can see this. I would like to bring it back for a special entrance. Like, I loved it for the entrance. It was just a bit too much when I do my interviews and I was trying to balance with the sword and the world title and talk all at the same time. There was a couple of times I should have shanked the guy in the ring, but I'm such a nice guy. I didn't. Again, being Scottish. It's like Bobby Lashley stepped forward one time when I had a sword in my hand. I was like, Bobby, get away or I'm gonna stab you for real.
Drew, what did you whisper in The Rock's ear on the debut of Netflix on January 6th?
Well, if everybody really wants to know, we better get real close to that camera and Listen closely. None your business. But it says the face of Project Rock, so we've always had a great relationship. The Rock's always had my back. I always hear people say, hey, you got a problem with the Bloodline, why'd you like The Rock? I'm like, no, I have problems with people that have screwed me over, adversely affected my career or life. He's only helped me, so why wouldn't I like him? The Bloodline, on the other hand, they can F off. I wouldn't have to. I do business like I'm doing right now, face of Project Rock. He needs a big arse kicker to do business for him. We'll do a deal probably. I don't have to sell my soul. Cena. I told everyone the night before, he's a terrible person. No one listened. Next night, boom, what shock. Drew's right, as usual.
Tried to warn him.
I am. Someone tell me where I lied. Anyone. No one can do it. They're like, oh, stop complaining, stop acting. The priest, just stop being a victim and be my victim. Like he's freaking Candyman. He's like acting like a victim. I'm legitimately a victim. I get screwed over and over. And the people get screwed over in the PLE main events.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
This has just become the Drew show. We're supposed to sell stuff.
No, yeah, we're still live. We're still live with it. Don't worry. This is why we get you on the show. This is your platform. You get to talk to all these people that showed up. You get to talk to all the people in the chat room.
Pleasure.
So yes, don't hold back, my friend. Let it out. Let it out.
You don't need to tell me that.
E, what do you got over there?
Hey Drew, where did you get that necklace from? Priest's stupid body. The ones I ripped myself because I had to get it fixed because I wanted to wear it here. It cost me $60 to fix this piece of trash just so I could rip Priest.
All right, and we got one more WrestleMania exclusive. You can only get those here. As you notice, they have blue dice instead of white dice, or $4.99 of them.
Blue is my favorite color.
We can put that live right now.
Chat wants to know, what is your favorite match of your career?
The whole career?
Yeah, whole career.
Wrestling 25 years.
One's all you guys choose.
Just whatever you like.
1, 3, top 3.
Whatever.
Oh, God, whatever comes to my head. Does the Rumble count as a match?
Rumble count.
Yeah, that was a big match. That was like my breaking through the ceiling to the kind of main event.
Yeah.
You know, I eliminated Lesnar, and obviously the reaction was crazy. And then at the end, when Edge returned after 9 years, nobody thought he was coming back. I thought, oh no. People are going to totally react to me the way they did to Roman and Batista when they won and they were good guys and boo me out of the building.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They stuck with me when I won, eliminated Roman at the end.
They really
reaction was insane, and that felt like the night I really broke through to that next level. That's probably number one, actually.
It's gotta be.
It was such a career-defining night. And beating Brock for the title. I mean, no one going to show the footage. You guys make jokes about it. Oh, remember you won the world title with nobody there? I was like, haha, I remember the world shut down and everybody was scared. And we stepped up as a company, and I was the world champion. Remember that? Yeah, you don't feel so good about yourself, do you now?
Yeah.
That's there too.
You got a point.
And then Sunday when I embarrassed Priest in front of the world. Oh yeah, Sheamus and Gunther, that was a good one.
Yeah.
The WrestleMania, yeah. Especially being at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sheamus and I get carried away. We always wanted to have a singles match at WrestleMania. We had that singles match for about 20 minutes. Forgot Gunther was there, they slid in and won.
All right, we got a Las Vegas WrestleMania exclusive jersey here. That I'm sure you can get.
We have another question. Drew, who do you consider to be your biggest rival?
Got a few.
Yeah,
I
up there.
Punk. So he's running about, having his main event the first night. He beat me, I beat myself. The toolbox beat me, I lost with blood loss. That's certainly the ones everyone's been talking about. So he's up there. Roman's my kryptonite. You know, I spent years trying to get that win over him, never getting it. Then Clash at the Castle, I had him beat 1-2 and freaking Solo pulled the ref out. So I'm still chasing that win over Roman after all these years. Seth's in there as well for sure.
Seth's
Beat him for the world title WrestleMania, you know, for a get screwed.
Yep.
For the live people. What a moment. And Sheamus, I gotta go with Sheamus as well. We've been battering each other since I've made this joke so many times, since I was 19 and he was legitimately 50. He hates it, that's why I keep doing it.
Every time.
He looks great though for a,
I will
what
say,
is he now,
he does
69?
look great.
He does.
Let's sell already.
That's all right. E, what else we got over there?
Will Scotland ever get another PLE?
I hope so. We deserve another PLE after Punk screwed the last one up.
Got
How
it.
selfish he is. They're screwing up everybody's PLE, the Priest, instead of doing the right thing. And making sure, you know, Punk's gone and alright Drew, you good? Let's continue this match, let me do it the right way. Screwed me. Just like he did the Money in the Bank, just like he did there. There's 5 separate times, I can never remember them because I get so angry about it. And then it got to the point where Priest tried to succeed on his own, couldn't. Then he was like, oh, I need to succeed off Drew's back. In fact, his back's turned at the Royal Rumble. He's about to eliminate Jay, who won, so he throws me out. Then Elimination Chamber, I said the night before, seen as a terrible person. I can see him, I know what he's really like. Next night, Claymore Cena, about to pin him, would have saved so many broken hearts. What does Priest do? Well, instead of letting him pin John Cena first, I'll roll him up because his back's turned. So now I have to punish that piece of trash. He keeps succeeding off my back. Why'd I turn my back?
E, when you're looking for questions, try the ones that aren't going to fire him up so much. You know?
That's difficult. That's not easy.
You mentioned somebody I don't have a problem with, which is mention yourselves. I'm fine with you guys. Rest of the roster.
Undefined has a question. Who is your favorite wrestler from the old school days?
Bret Hart. I was always a big Bret guy growing up.
Great.
I have a picture from a Germany tour when I was 24, Intercontinental Champion with Bret. He was on tour with us, and that's one of my favorite pictures I have.
Wow.
Got a few drinks, heard a few stories. Some of the stories you can't put in the book, so it was a great tour.
That's right. Obviously, his match with Stone Cold Steve Austin, getting put into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
First match getting put in there, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, so, like right up there, like I was there live for Taker Shawn, the first one.
Yeah.
So those two are like side by side for me for the best WrestleMania matches, the best matches of all time.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
And me and Sheamus Gunther was certainly not freaking 39 or whatever the hell he put it. Made that list, freaking morons. Watch it back.
So beautiful.
Drew, Philly Boy
cool.
Steve says, what is holding you back from bringing back the OG theme song, Broken Dreams?
That's the first time I've ever heard this question. I don't get asked this every day by everybody.
People love it. They love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I don't know the exact reason behind it. I'm not sure if we own it. I know it was Jim Johnson behind it, but I would love to have it back for a big event. I don't know if it matches the tone and character now, and I'd probably slow down to a Roman pace with the pace of the song, so it would take me 5 minutes longer to get to the ring. But it is amazing, and I'd love it for a big event. And the sword, Broken Dreams with the sword, how about that? Yeah.
Be nice. I miss, there's no shade to anyone else. Jim Johnson, I think, is the GOAT when it comes to wrestling themes. He is missed.
He had some good ones.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's not even a competition.
I know. We got to the really cool things when we were doing our theme song. We got to be in the studio with him.
Really?
Talk to him about this process and do our ad libs. So
I didn't know he had yours.
No, yep, he definitely did.
Interesting.
That's been one of the last.
I thought he was switched over by
near
then.
the end of his time here.
Yeah.
There's a little tidbit for the fans.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I was in the last ever Sunday Night Heat, you know.
Really?
I was.
Who'd you wrestle?
Charlie Haas, it was terrible. He tried the new character, there's the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I'd say watch it back.
All right. Next thing we got, WrestleMania exclusive. What do we got? Let's open her up, have a look. Got some side plays.
Very
WrestleMania
nice.
side plays. These are the first ones we've seen.
Seen this camera up there?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Overhead.
You can see everything you do, man.
Everything.
Everything, almost.
Like Santa Claus?
Yeah, he's watching.
Creepy man just watches me when I'm sleeping all the time.
We can go live with this whenever you guys would like.
Jonathan asked, Drew, would you ever verse The Rock? Would you ever have a match with The Rock?
Of course. It'd be a gigantic match. It's a ridiculous question, really. I'd like to wrestle the biggest star on planet Earth. Nah, man, I'm good. I'd rather stay around about here.
Sorry, do you have a question?
Oh, thank you for reading it.
Would you consider doing something for any of the wrestlers after Biggie and did something like that? Have you read about
Sorry, I hear it's terrible. I've got bits
So
and
he's
pieces.
essentially asking, would you want to do, so I did a Players Tribune article, and would you want to do a Players Tribune article where essentially you kind of talk about something really important to you or bare your soul, something in that vein? Because like for me, it was an opportunity to kind of talk about my real life and my struggles. Would you ever be open to something like where we get to really see the you, the real you? Is that something that would interest you?
Yeah. I mean, I loved your one. I did one.
Wow.
already, and I kind of talked bits and pieces about my story and overcoming some of the stuff I had to overcome. But I could go deeper. But I've always been very open, like yourself, about my real story. And I've grown up in front of the world, assigned to WWE when I was 21, straight from my parents' house, straight from university. I was on TV 3 weeks later and had to figure out not just how to be a wrestler, how to be an adult. Like suddenly my laundry was piling up, not magically washing itself. My mom wasn't doing it anymore, and I couldn't cook for myself. I was very much a mommy's boy. I couldn't do anything for myself, and I was trying to figure out life and everything. And as much as I'm like FCW or WWE TV, I was looking good for a while. My personal life and everything was just falling apart, and I had to get knocked down many times to pick myself back up. And if you want to go deeper, we can go deeper. But if you check out my book, My Chosen Destiny,
There you go.
it goes very in depth. You can see my story and hopefully the lessons I've learned, and hopefully the lessons you yourself have learned, that no matter what happens, no matter how many times you get knocked down, you know, you just got to keep believing there's a light at the end of the tunnel and keep pushing forward and surround yourself with people that lift you up, not anybody that brings you down. And if you're accountable to the person in the mirror and nobody else, you can look at the end of the day and say, all right, I did it the right way, because you can't lie to yourself, then you'll get anywhere you want to go.
There you go. Man, no.
Great question.
We got the last Drew McIntyre shirt.
Oh, this is my
shop.
new one.
This was the last one.
Yes,
available.
very cool. Fanatics, we had talked last time about zero Drew merch, and then it sold out this time, so thank you, Fanatics. Yeah, I have to look at these stupid punk shirts. They're only selling punk shirts. So thank you. They're sold out though, get me more.
We can go live whenever you guys want on there. What?
Wilna asked, how much money have you lost in Vegas so far? Are you a gambler?
I'm not a gambler. Gambling, I mean, Vegas could attack me if I say gambling's for monks. But no, everyone seems to have fun as long as you've got it under control. I know some people that had some issues with it, but my brother enjoys it. He sets aside a little bit of money that, you know, don't gamble where you're not willing to lose. Set aside money. If I lose it all, you're fine. Just be sensible about it and have fun with it. And don't, you know, lose your house, your kids' college fund, and we're all good.
There you go.
You get free drinks, so if you sit with somebody gambling, these marks we used to wrestle with, I'd sit with them and just drink all the free drinks and F off.
Wrestling Forward friend asked, how tough was the Mania match with Big Show?
Ah, yes, the real main event of WrestleMania. The hidden main event. It was grand. It actually went about 30 minutes and they edited it down to about 10. But yeah, it was a 35 minute thriller. Big Show texts me every so often. I must be the only Scottish person he knows. Because whenever he sees like a Robin Williams bit, Scottish, or he sent me one himself dressed as Fat Bastard with Kurt Angle the other day. So I think when he sees something Scottish, send it to Drew. Oh, he's a great guy.
Next thing we got is a WrestleMania exclusive sweatshirt. Obviously, as you can see, very nice quality. We talked about this already.
Looks very comfortable. Probably not for Vegas. It's really hot here.
Right now, I wore a hoodie I went to Walgreens.
Oh, really?
Today?
Yeah.
A hoodie?
Yeah.
My buddy told me that he was with Jey Uso at the pool and he was wearing like a woolly hat and tracksuit bomb.
That might
And he
be a
didn't
little
have a
much.
shirt on. But,
That might be a little much.
unless you're built like Drew McIntyre, you may want to keep that shirt on.
There's your Project Rock right there.
Right.
We live with that? Very nice. E, how's the chat looking?
Looking for questions. Here's one from Solomon. Will we ever see Drew versus Andrade like we saw in NXT?
Hopefully. Andrade's awesome, one of the best in-ring wrestlers we have. And in NXT, himself and Zelina was a great pairing. And between Zelina and the microphone and I, we had a great back and forth, and Andrade's ability in the ring. It's got a perfect combination, a perfect foil for myself.
I would say I quite enjoyed your indie run into your NXT run. I thought it was a lot of fun. Did you enjoy that time, or was it, how do you feel about that?
That was some of the best times of my life. It was just incredible. I mean, getting fired's pretty fun. When you first
we've
move
all been there, you know.
brother. Not this guy.
Well,
but yeah, no. Initially, it was obviously scary, but I needed to step outside being under the microscope. I'd only ever been in WWE as an adult, and to find myself not just as a wrestler, but as a man, because I was a boy. And I saw an interesting quote, Robbie Williams movie. If anyone knows who Robbie Williams is, very big in Europe and the rest of the world except America. Sings the song Angels. But there's a quote in his movie where he says, you stop maturing when you get famous. So I kind of stopped maturing and never grew up past 21. And then when I had to go away from WWE, I went from school telling me where to be, what to do, university, what to do, where to be, WWE, what to do, where to be. And suddenly I just moved into a new apartment with my girlfriend, who's now my wife. 3 days in, fired. So not only I'm like, oh my God, how can I pay for stuff? What am I going to do? No one's telling me what to do. Do I get a normal job in the real world? I've only ever wrestled since I was 15. That's been my job, part-time then full-time. And I had to have a long conversation with myself, and that's where I decided I'm going to go to Scotland, put my mission statement out there that I'm going to show the world what I can really do, who I really am. People are going to think I'm either, they're going to believe me, or they're going to think that guy from 3MB really. He's telling me he's going to take over the world. So I was a little, scared, and I was with 3MB for a while, so Heath did most of the wrestling, and I'd been in the microphone running serious promos, so I was, nervous, but a lot of people around me in the independent scene lifted me up and believed in me, and I kind of faked it till I made it and started believing in myself. And places like Evolve, where I wrestled during, WrestleMania week. I coined it Wrestling Week when I was on the independents because there's so much wrestling. And make sure you go out and support your local independent companies, because those guys are the stars of the future. You never know who you're going to see there, who's going to end up in the main event of WrestleMania. And yeah, I loved doing it with my friends. Scotland, we went from 1,500 people in the biggest show the first night I was back to 2,000 people for my first main event, to 4,000 people, to 7,000 people. And for an independent company, especially the one that I started with my buddies in Scotland, and doing it together was just incredible. But eventually I was like, all right, it's time. I got to come back and start winning that WWE title I was imagining I would have when I was a kid. So yeah, best days of my life.
Wow. We got a WrestleMania exclusive jersey here, as you can see. I think you got it.
Very sexy.
And we can go live with that whenever you want.
Just got a question for you, Breeze.
What do you got? Favorite WWE match that I had? I want to say probably the NXT Fatal 4-Way with Neville and Sami Zayn and Tyson Kidd. Yeah, that was a really fun one. That was probably, I think that would be up